craziest thing you've ever seen with your own eyes happen in church?
A knife, some meth, and a demonized man walked into my church. And no, this is not a joke. Last Sunday night, I was in church and I was teaching on angels and demons. A man came in the back and sat, and he was acting a little squirrely. Afterwards, I invited him up to the altar. He came up and he told me that voices had been talking to him, and he had been seeing the things that I was talking about regularly. And he said he knew it was true, but the voices were asking him to do terrible things. He had his hands in his pocket and was facing me and pacing back and forth frantically. And then he would sit on the edge of the stage and take his hands out of his pocket and relax. He said, I didn't want to do what the voices are telling me to do. I just want to lay it down. I don't want to do it. And so I invited him to accept Jesus by first prophesying over him some things about his childhood that I couldn't have known. And weeping, he said, yes, I want the Jesus that just told you those things. And he accepted Jesus in his life. After he accepted Jesus through tears, he says, I'll lay it all down right now. I won't do what the voices are telling me to do. So I told him to lay it down. And he pulled out a knife and some meth and laid it at the altar. I got up, got down off the pulpit, and asked him if I could give him a hug. And when I did, I began to pray over him. And violently, demons started coming out of him. He tried to resist the hug, and then he leaned into the hug and wept. And then resist the hug and leaned into the hug and wept. And everyone around me saw what was happening. And pretty soon, every one of those demons left his body, and he slumped into a pile on my chest and fell to the floor and did not move again by the power of the Holy Spirit for 30 minutes. When he awoke, he was set free from addiction, saved, and delivered. The voices stopped. Don't worry, we got him into rehab. He's doing well, and he can't believe that the voices have finally stopped in his head. And he told us that he had a powerful encounter with the Lord, and everything that we said was exactly what he experienced. The power of God changed him, broke his addiction, set him free from the voices, and now he's a follower of Jesus. But this was the night that I almost got stabbed, but the power of God saved me that night. Don't be afraid of the demons. They need to be afraid of us. Oh yeah, this is a true story.